Dad's seat.
Dad's seat. Dad's seat.
Yep, come on.
Phone down. Phone down.
Yep.
Phone down.
Almost fell. What is going up, everybody? Let me see here. Trying to set this up so I can see all the comments. Got a little something here that I'm gonna open up and go through. It's not my also why I said possible giveaway because I don't know what's in it. If there's a duplicate item in here I don't want, I'll give it away for somebody for checking in. Hit the wrong button, closed everything out. Let's see. I don't even know if anybody's in here yet.
You want me to tune in?
If you want. So like I said, I don't know if anybody's here yet. Set this up just like that. Let's see how that looks. Just gonna hang out here a little bit, wait for people to pop in, if anybody does. Just gonna hang out here a little bit, wait for people to pop in, if anybody does. Are you watching this right now?
It wouldn't let me comment.
No?
No, it says I have to be signed in.
Alright. We'll sign. Probably because you're just on YouTube as a YouTube instead of signing into your thing. There's two people watching, and one of them's me and one of them's you, I believe.
Just post it.
Huh?
Just do it.
Well, I'm trying to make sure I can see the any chats that pop up. I don't know what I'm doing here. That's why I. Let me see if I can't sign in on my channel. Oops. That's why. You sign out. I mean, it's just now 9 o'clock, so I'm not too awful worried about it. I got one.
What's up, bro?
Carolina EDC review. All right. All right. Sorry, I had to technical difficulties. First one I've done, so I'm trying to figure it all out. I'm gonna put it up on my laptop here so I can see any of the chats. Yeah, it did freeze for a second. I had to log out of my wife's YouTube on the laptop and sign into mine, and then because I signed in on a different device, I had to go to my phone to confirm that I switched over. So, is it all right now? Let me see if I can't do this. That way, I'm at least looking at the. So I'm not looking at the computer screen or the camera. Alright, I'm back. Just as a heads up. Yeah, my internet here is sketchy at best. I'm watching it, or I'm live streaming and watching it on my computer. My wife has YouTube going on the PlayStation, and then she's watching it on her phone. So it's the best we can do. Hopefully it'll get better here shortly. Just waiting for a few more people to pop in before I open this up. And kind of explain what this is and why I have it. I mean, while we're waiting for more people to log in here, you got any questions? Shoot. Right back at you. I guess I'll crack this open.
I have to create a channel to join your chat.
Shouldn't have to. I don't need your negativity anyway. Yeah, it's doing all right. I'm too stubborn to stay in one place for too long, so sleeping's the hardest part. I can't get comfortable. My knee, because of the way I broke my ankle, I also twisted my foot out and messed up some ligaments in my knee. So sleeping is difficult, and I guess I flop around an awful lot. It's hard to get comfortable. I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel like I haven't hardly slept. I wake up in the morning and I feel like I haven't slept. I would much rather just wish I was working right now. I would trade doing 4 o'clock midnight doubles every other day than not going to work. It's driving me nuts. Got one watching. Seems like that's my wife. Yeah, it does suck. I mean, it's the longest I've been off of work since 2010. When did I start Modern Industry? Yeah, Modern Industries. When did they start that?
What's the matter, Mommy?
It was a long time ago.
Here, buddy.
Well, really nothing's going on as far as Kydex making. I have everything I need. I have the 2x4s. I went and bought hinges. I have some all thread. I have the nuts and bolts for that. The only thing I haven't ordered was the squeezy clamps. I was actually going to do that last week, and then I went and broke my ankle. And unfortunately, my garage is the way my house is. My house sits up on a hill, so my house is like this, but the hill goes down like that. And down here is my garage. So to get to my garage, I have to go down a flight of stairs, through my basement, and out a basement door into my garage on the back side of the house, which is not easy to do on crutches, which is a huge bummer because my tongs came in, but that was kind of a snafu. My tongs came in, but they weren't the ones I ordered, so I sent the company an email and was like, hey, what's going on? And you guys sent me the whole, like, completely the wrong ones. I was like, this is what I have on my, on my email confirmation. They're like, yeah, we made a mistake. All of the thumbnails got mixed up, so everybody that ordered tongs from this date to this date got the wrong tongs if they went by the picture, which I did. I just went through, picked them, I scrolled through them, clicked on it, added to my cart, and I got the wrong ones. I'm not saying they can't be used. I'm trying to see if maybe I can just buy those ones, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that or not.
Jace. Nobody's driving yet. It's a Friday night.
It's a Friday night.
Huh?
I said, I know it's Friday night. Alright, so I guess that's probably all we're going to get here, just us couple guys, but for those that tune in later, I can go back through it. If you remember December's Tack Pack, I was given the Nuck. I didn't give it a very good review. I don't care for that item. And even in the description, and I had the card and I was going to bring it out here for this, even in their description they called it a keychain with a $50 value. I mean, if it's a keychain with a $50 value, it better do more than just be illegal for most people to carry. Like I said, I've also addressed that in other videos. It's not illegal for me to carry. It is what it is. I have not forgotten about the Project Raptor scales. I have the wood. I have everything to do it with. I just I kind of put it on hold just until I got the rest of my shop up and going, and I kind of wanted to have a bunch of different things to segue back and forth to all at the same time, so I could continually put out content. So I didn't forget about the grips for the Project Raptor scales. The knives are at my dad's garage right now, or else I'd probably get them cut out and done. But anyway, back to this. I sent him an email. I said, listen, guys, I said, you guys have to be kidding me. I said, $50 value on something you yourself call a keychain? That's ridiculous. I said, it's a useless item. I'm not going to be able to use it. To some people, it's illegal to carry, and I would hate for anybody to get in trouble having that in their pocket. So they're like, and that's the cool thing about Tack Pack. I don't bitch about the contents in boxes very often. Like I mentioned in another video, MSRP is MSRP. I can make a ham sandwich and charge you $10 for it, but we all know it's, $1 worth of ingredients. That's the suggested retail price. I can suggest whatever. I can suggest to sell you oceanfront property in Oregon, but doesn't mean you're going to get it. So I basically, hold on. I basically said that, and I'm not happy with that. I'm upset that that was an item in the box. I know for a fact you guys got a lot of negative feedback the last Nuck that you sent, I think in December of the previous year. I don't know why. I mean, I would have taken, for a $50 value, and that's what it's going for on the Aeronox, or the Aeronox, or whatever, their website, that's what they're selling it at, so it is what it is as far as that goes, but anything would have been better. Charge handle. I mean, at this point in time, a cleaning kit probably would have been more well-received than that Nuck. I know some people loved it, they thought it was cool, they put it right on their keychain, they're hanging it from the mirror in their truck, whatever. To me, it's not an item I want to see in boxes. Even if for an EDC or self-defense box, a Nuck is just, it's a waste of an item, I think. And that's kind of the crappy part about it is I know that they got a lot of bad reviews on the previous Nuck before. So, like I said, I don't usually complain about the items in boxes. And I told the guy that whenever I spoke, I sent him an email. I was like, dude, listen, this is ridiculous. I can't believe that. He said, well, how can we make it right? And I said, you know what? It's up to you guys to figure out how you can make it right to me. I don't want an AR-15 mag. I've gotten plenty of PMags and Hex Mags from them over different stuff before. I don't remember what box it was, but they sent a 9-line long sleeve hooded T-shirt, or a long sleeve hooded T-shirt, and it didn't come in my size. So I said, well, that was like a giant chunk of the value of the box. Like, I don't buy this box for gifts to give to people. You know, I get stuff and I give them to people all the time, but I don't get it to give away. I don't spend $55 a month to give the stuff away. I want to use it. I want to be able to, you know, put my hands on it. And eventually, I'd like to be able to use it to teach my kids stuff. You know, that's why I like a lot about this. Some of the survival stuff that I've gotten in different boxes is, you know, my kids are getting to that age where they'll see Dad doing something and they'll just watch and hopefully learn. And it's, you know, the way it's going now. And in 3-4 more years, when my oldest and youngest are ready for Boy Scouts, they probably won't even be a Boy Scouts because somebody is upset that their daughter couldn't be a Boy Scout, and they had got rid of the whole program because that's just how this company's going.
Boy Scouts now.
Are they really? Just kidding, I guess. Now that it's just Scouts, probably. I guess, right? Is that what they're just calling it? Just Scouts? Ridiculous. People are.
There you go.
But anyway, yeah, completely agree that December box was a little ridiculous. They know everybody wants AR-15 gear. I hope that they're slowly going to build up to maybe like a whole build. I would love to get an upper or a stripped upper, even an 80% upper or a partial. You know, send a barreled upper but with no forend because they sent that already. You know, different stuff like that. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. I'm not upset with this. I had one, and actually I gave it away to my wife's cousin's boyfriend. He's at Brent. I gave it to him. He's in security. He does security stuff. And that's the Pitbull Tactical, which is cool. I'm not 100% sure if this worked in mine or not, but. And this is part of also what I said about the giveaway. If I get something in here that I don't want or whatever, I'll give it back. You know, pay it forward. But awesome. So the guys asked me, you know, what can I do to make it right with you? I said I really want that. Mission First Tactical Light that you guys sent in the last box. I put one on my AR-15, but I kind of want one for my pistol too. He says, we could do that. You know, is there anything else we could do? And I was like, I don't know. You guys got grab bags? I guess I'd take a grab bag. And that's what they sent me. They sent me a grab bag. And I'm pretty stoked about this because I don't have any of these. One is just a sticker. Here, try and show that to you guys. Again, I got that. The backup light. You guys saw this in last month's box. So I really like this to the point where when they asked me, you know, what could we do to make it right, I was like, well, I'd take one of them lights if you got any one of them. And they gave me one, so. Gangbangers Anonymous patch. I love these morale patches. Again, the sticker and the Pelican Micro Series 1040 case. Yellow liner, perfect for cell phones, PDAs, electronics, games, pagers, etc. Nice rubber, heavy-duty rubber padded liner in there, so you could put your phone in there. Anything really. I mean, anything will fit. That's pretty cool. Got a D-ring lanyard on this. Seems pretty quality. It's not really squeaking. That's pretty neat. I'm glad they have gotten this. This will go on a bug out bag or something. It's got a use. I'll find one. But It's like I've only got like 3 people watching right now, so if you got any other questions or whatever, want to see any of that stuff up close, just let me know. But I have to say, I've never had an issue with TacPack. Anytime I've ever had an issue, they've always went out of their way to rectify it. It's their customer service really has kept me subscribed through some of the boxes I thought could have been better curated. Some of the issues I had right from the get-go with, just trying to understand how to use it, how my subscription started, and just different stuff like that. Like I said, anytime I've ever had an issue, all I've done is shot an email like, hey guys, listen, this is what's going on. All right, well, how can we make it better? I've gotten many grab bags that way. Not many, a couple. I mean, I haven't had a lot of issues, so I don't want you to think that that's a reflection on the company that, they screw up all the time to the point where I get grab bags. Most of the grab bags I've gotten, I've actually purchased. So I've gotten a couple and a couple other. I think they sent me a PMag or a Hex Mag, the last NUC. I think I sent them an email for that too. Yeah, sure. Med kit, fire kit, definitely. I mean, anything really. I'm kind of trying to put together a small med bag now. In my barrel and blade sling back that they sent me, I kind of want to be able to take that and kind of just throw it over my truck seat. And just in case, maybe, I'm outside in the driveway piled up with a busted ankle. I could put a cold compress on it, maybe an ace bandage, something to help support the ankle to get me in the, 30 steps it takes me to get to my house. Nate, I'm not sure if they have an option to get their pass boxes. I think they do. It's been a while since I've been to their site. Just check it out. I don't have a promo code to be able to save you some money, but go over to Video Addict, click on any one of his barrel and blade videos, and he has a discount code for you guys. I've been trying to get something like that. I just haven't really gotten any leeway. It's not for lack of trying. I mean, eventually, someday, I'll have something for you guys that can save you a little bit of money somewhere other than, Alpha Outpost. They have been kind enough to sponsor my channel, and they like what I do and like what I do for them, and so they send me boxes, and that was my way of giving back to you guys is, the extra box. I get 2 Alpha Outpost boxes, one for myself to open, review, keep, do whatever with, and then another one I get to give back, back to my subscribers as a thank you to you guys for watching, so being subscribed, and also, a way that you guys can get your hands on that box also, and check it out, and maybe that might prompt you to subscribe to them. Who knows? Yeah, Never Enough Tactical. I know they do that. I know Barrel and Blade or Battle Box does that. Alpha Outpost, they have a previous box. Actually, if you go to Alpha Outpost and sign up, your first box is $5, and you can go back through and pick any of the previous boxes. But Never Enough Tactical actually did get a hold of me and offered me a discount on my on a subscription so that I could get that cheaper, so that I could bring it to you guys, and was actually just about ready to subscribe to that until I broke my ankle, and now I'm collecting sick pay and unemployment, so that kind of sucks. I mean, I know your name, Caroline EDC Reviews, but I don't know if you want that on there. But I kind of have to disagree on that in just a little bit. Only because just a couple months ago, we got the plate carrier and then the battle belt and, different stuff like that. Up until the last maybe 3 months, it's been pretty much all barrels just all gun stuff. And then these last few months they've been some more survival stuff. They did have like a private Facebook group for their subscribers to get a bunch of feedback, and that was like one of the overwhelming requests was like some more survival EDC stuff and themed boxes. So that's what they're doing right now, and they're going to let that run for a little bit, and then they're going to keep switching back and forth. My opinion is on a themed box, and I've seen it a lot on different, all across the subscription box board, is it seems like whoever's like the team that's in charge of putting these boxes together, they get a link on like one really good item, and that's like, all right, we're going to get a life straw, so let's do hydration, and then they're gonna kind of just randomly grab 4 or 5 other items as far as hydration goes, and some of them are kind of crummy items sometimes. Like they get that one, and I'm just using life straw because off the top of my head, but they get that one really good item, and then they try to build the rest of the box around that one good item, and sometimes the items that they put in there are more filler items to try and like boost the contents, number of contents, or maybe the value of the contents. That's just my opinion. I've seen it. Battle Box is actually now going away from their themed boxes, whereas Barrel and Blade are kind of sticking with it, and it's not a bad thing. I didn't really have any good ponchos. I had, like I said, the Dollar General ones I bought to take my kids on a Halloween parade, and it was raining, and it was just sprinkling, so I went to Dollar General and picked up these little $2 ponchos that are basically garbage bags with head and hand holes, and the rain picked up, and it ended up just being a torrential downpour, so we didn't use them. I threw them in my bug out bag. Now I have a good higher quality one with 2 other smaller ones that, if we were in a situation where, my truck broke down and we had to hike somewhere in the rain, which is a very real scenario because I've had my truck break down on me multiple times because it's a piece of crap. I could put my kids in a poncho and, keep them out of the elements, or whatever the price might be, or the case might be. All right, let me just try and catch up to these. The Monthly Knife Club, I like that. I do watch Dynamic Prepper's reviews on those. They do like fixed blades and folders, and then they have like a higher end, like a real high end, like level where it's almost like $200 a month or something like that. But I like them. I don't think it's for me really. Yeah, I definitely agree. They are pricey. Like I was just, because if I were to do it, I would get the fixed blades because they get some pretty cool fixed blades. Most of them are handmade, custom for the box. Because I don't think they have a lot of subscribers at that level. So you would get like, trying to think of the one that I saw, like a G10 handle, but it was like a cleaver, but it was Damascus, and it was pretty cool. Snug pack. I'd have to check that out. I got a lot of stuff from my old man when he retired from the military that I've either lost or it's gotten ruined over the years because he retired, I think, when I was junior in high school, I want to say. So, a lot of that stuff. I did a year right after I graduated. I moved down to North Carolina to do construction. I came back up and just kind of lived off my unemployment. Wanted to experience a bunch of different stuff. So I used to actually do a lot of hiking and stuff with a few of my buddies, and we put some of that stuff right to the test. I actually had a chance to hike the Appalachian Trail with my buddy Casey, and at the time I was trying to find a job, and then like 3 weeks before he went, I ended up getting a job and I couldn't go, so that's kind of a bummer. He hiked the entire thing. He drove down. He's hiked the whole thing numerous times, but he drove down to the bottom part of PA to link up with another friend of ours, and they hiked the whole thing, so that would have been a neat experience. So, what's going on, everybody? All three of you. So I know we got Nate, Carolina EDC reviews. Who else is here? I don't know if it counts me as watching it when I'm logged in on my thing. Could be me. I guess I could be the third one. I'll check that out. I'm kind of on a spending hiatus right now because I'm in that weird transition where I'm not receiving my regular paycheck and I'm waiting on my unemployment to kick in, and my sick pay is like 1/8 of what I normally make, so strictly necessities only at the moment. Just because that's the economic thing to do. But I'll check it out. I'll actually go back through and I'll screenshot that. I got a couple screenshots of different things I've been suggested to check out that I have and haven't had a chance to do yet. So, but yeah, I mean that's to kind of come back to this. That's the reason I like TacPack as much as I do, is because really they just any time I've ever had an issue, they've gone above and beyond to make it right. So that's pretty cool to me. Do we need more guns? Yes. Do we want more guns? Also yes. So that's both yes. Both of those are yes. I'm actually contemplating right now whether I want to buy another gun or if I'm going to spring for a suppressor. The whole government shutdown and stuff, I was going to do that, and then the whole government shut down, and I put it off because it's like I'm not going to dick around with all that and then have to wait 2 years. Had a big piece of flash on it. Had a big sharp burr of plastic on it. Got a damaged mold. That's what that's from. Yeah, you can see it. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see that, but maybe a little tiny corner. Just triangle knocked out on that mold. Hopefully quality caught it soon. I didn't make a lot of them. What happened? Is the computer die? I think the laptop died. Oh yeah. Why gotta be so negative? People are talking to me. My laptop died. Spill my beer. Terrible. Is that all good? Technical difficulties. My laptop just completely went black, but I don't think it's dead. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I love this light. This is pretty cool. I actually put it on the top rail of my AR. I actually, EDC, I wanted to build an AR pistol and put my suppressor on that and use the rail that TacPack sent to make it look like a full 16-inch barrel, but with a arm brace I think that would look cool. So I'm just waiting for my computer to log up. So I don't know if anybody said anything. If you have, cool. I ain't seen it. So I guess chat amongst yourselves until I get this up and running again. It's my fault. I didn't check the battery life before I started this. Yeah, there we go. Picked right up. Alright, let's see here. Actually, EDC, if you go to Demolition Ranch, he has he did a video of the cheapest 223-556 suppressor that is on the market. $200, and then plus, I mean, the $200 tax stamp you're not going to get around. Check out that video, and that's the one I'm going to get for $400 basically. Most 556 or 223 suppressors that I've seen on Silencer Co. and Silencer Shop have been just, they start at $300 to $400 on sale. Let's see here. Also, Nathan, that the answer is yes, you do need more. And then she needs some too, and then teach her how to use it so she respects it more. I do sharpen knives. I could probably do a video on that. However, all my knife sharpening stuff is in my garage, so it'll be a while before I can do one of those. Matter of fact, I was actually taught by my wood shop teacher before I moved to the town I'm in now. It was such a small town. Literally, my graduating class, if I would have graduated where I originally went to school, that graduating class would have been 13 people, and I would have been 13. However, the graduating class was 12, because literally it was like the same group of people minus two. Two moved away and two moved to town to make it 12. But literally, I mean, that was the graduating class, was 12 people. That school is so tiny, and it's just in the middle of nowhere. It was nothing that you could go. You actually used to be able to walk into the school with your gun, hand it to the principal, and say, "Hey, I'm going hunting right after school. I'm going to come get this right as when the last bell rings." Okay, come get it. Because, like, here's the school. 50 feet out the front door is woods for miles. And it would be nothing to see a couple guys walk out of the high school with their guns and kind of like run across the front of the school and right up into the woods. Because a lot of guys put tree stands in there so they could go hunting almost as soon as they got out of school. And they used to tell, my woodshop teacher told us, if you have a pocket knife at home, bring it in. If you don't own one, ask your dad. If your dad doesn't have one, shame on him. And Mr. Buholtz was his name. And we used to bring in our pocket knives, and he would teach us how to sharpen pocket knives. And that's how I learned how to do it from woodshop. So I don't know if auto render error. Please restart your computer. I'm live. You guys still here? It says 2 watching right now. Let's see here. I'm going to restart the computer. I'll restart the computer, and then if you guys are still here, I'll wrap it up. Any other last questions? So let me just go ahead and restart this real quick. Yeah, that's how I learned. I think that's how a lot of kids could learn or should learn. The school I graduated from.
I'll show you.
Did you save that document from your uncle's party?
I can do it. Don't worry about it.
I'm just gonna save it. It's not a big deal.
How old is
Save it on the desktop.
and driving around the mountain. Sorry, ride it.
Takes 2 seconds.
Go.
But yeah, my high school that I graduated from, we had a
What's that sound?
wood shop and a metal shop. And between my junior and senior year, they completely gutted the metal shop, got rid of it, and put a computer lab in there. Which is weird because there are so many manufacturing facilities around here. Like an hour from here, there's probably a dozen powdered metal plants where machining and metal work is all you do. I don't know. To me, that was weird.
I don't know.
But the woodshop teacher ended up becoming the principal, so I guess when it come down to cutting 2 classes, he ain't gonna cut his own. So he got rid of the metal shop lab and
That's the owl.
put in a computer lab.
That's not the owl.
What you doing, Bubba?
No, here. I'm thinking the sound of the trucks.
What's up? It's not very exciting, guys. I thought maybe more people tune in, but
You know the sound?
it's the first one.
What's that sound?
Next time I do it, I'll try and do it where like I don't have so many things running off my Wi-Fi. Maybe it might be a little bit clearer, but I just wanted to try it, see how it worked out, see who showed up.
I'm sorry.
I know another subscriber, Joe Vermillion. If you're watching this, I'm gonna get your box out to you as soon as I can. But I know you won
Listen to it again.
the chestnuts box, and I'll get that out to you as soon as I get a chance to, buddy. Like I said, once I get things all situated with
That sound well?
dealing with
Yes.
my broken foot,
Listen.
your box will be right out to you. Alpha Outpost is keeping February's box a secret. Their theme a secret.
I'm listening to the sound.
So
Woo!
I don't know what that one's gonna be.
Bye bye. Woo!
Here, start back up. See where we're at. What you doing, buddy? Whoa! You knocked over my crunch. Why don't you come over here and sit in this chair?
No, thank you.
Do you want to come say hi?
Yes.
Here, come sit up here.
Please, Daddy.
You come up here. You don't have to say please. I offer.
Daddy. Everybody.
I wish you could see yourself. But the computer, I had to shut the computer down.
Can I see you?
Can I see you?
Woo!
What do you got, bud?
2 trucks.
2 trucks.
Woo!
Woo! What? Are they party trucks?
Party trucks.
Are they a bunch of woohoos?
Woo! Woo! You hear that sound?
I heard that sound. Did you hear that sound?
Let's listen to it again.
Come on up, Mace. What do you do? Fall and hit your face?
No.
Got another
That
shiner.
sound well?
This kid's had at least half a dozen shiners in like the last 5 months.
Great.
He keeps falling face first in this stuff. Buddy, I don't think I'm gonna fix this one.
No, thank
You
you.
broke it real good
That
this time.
sounds dangerous.
Did you land on this when you fell?
You know what?
I think you did.
Another sound. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
if you weren't such a... I can't fix it, buddy. It's broken good now. It's just a dozer without no bowl.
Mommy.
Well, you can take it to mommy. See, she might be able to fix it. You ain't gonna be able to fix it. That's broke bad. So slow. Bear with me, guys. If anybody's still here, I doubt it. I wouldn't be honest with you.
Then wrap it up.
Oh, yeah?
This sounds great. Okay, you can listen. Oh, this sounds good. I got it.
Hey, we're getting there.
Trunk. Can we race around and see the sound again? I can't. It's the sounds. Yeah,
I'm almost there.
I wonder if the teams. That's Tanker's tanker. Wow, they do. The car. Nothing now. I'm broken now. Broken now.
What's broken now? Oh, Bubba. Dude. I still got 2 people. That's cool. Tripped over my foot, bro. See, my brother's on here now. That would be cool, EDC. I kind of wish they would ask for a little bit more input from their sponsors. You know what I mean? From the guys that they're, giving these boxes to. If they would be like, hey, what do you guys think? If you guys had to curate a box, what type of items would you want to put in there? Like, I guess use this for more than just advertising. You know what I mean? Maybe like R&D. I'm sure they have people there that do that, but an R&D would be cool if they send us an email. Hey guys, we're thinking of this or we're thinking of that. What do you guys think? Yeah, I mean, you could try. I know that you're in the Alpha sponsors, or not the. You're in their Facebook group. You and I are both in their Facebook group. And I don't know if you saw that post the other day about the guy who took a bunch of gear on like a hard use test, and he wasn't really putting it down. He just said, "Hey, this is what happened to me when I tried to use it in like a hard use." Survival scenario, and he did not get good feedback from the moderators. Basically was told, if you don't like it, then don't do it. Like, if you don't like our gear, then don't, we don't have to have you. And that was kind of rough. I would have thought they would have valued his opinion a little bit more. I do this. I get that box, one, because they like my stuff enough to send me the boxes, and 2, it's the least I could do. Since they're willing to send me something, I'm gonna promote them. I mean, that's what they're asking me to do. In exchange for me to get their boxes, they're asking me to promote them, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not saying that I hate every box that I've gotten, because that's not true. I mean, just like any box, you get an item, and sometimes you're like, really? But it is what it is. You know what I mean? I mean, not every box is gonna be perfect, but. Yeah, really. He got one of the head guys was like, well, if you don't like our gear, then you don't have to. Problem solved. Like, you don't have to get that. You don't have to get our gear. Problem solved.
I found you.
And the guy really wasn't bashing it. He just said, I kind of expected a little bit more. This is what we tried. This is what happened, and this is what I tried to do. We built a fire. We used the pot and pan from the Hades, and the handles melted. Or, what was the other thing? There was a couple different... He mentioned a couple different... I think the Reaper machete, I think that broke. And something else. He's putting it in the hard use. He was probably batoning a piece of wood that might have been a little bit too... He didn't go into the exact... He didn't get into exact detail of what he was doing while it broke. He just said after using it a few times it broke. So I don't know if maybe he was trying to baton a piece of wood that was maybe a little bit more aggressive than that blade could handle. Or if maybe he got it halfway through the tying and tried to split by rolling the knife forward, and try to pry, and I don't know. He didn't, like I said, he didn't explain it, but he did not get good feedback. He did not get a good response. Yeah, a lot of their stuff is good, and some of it is cheap. I think, like I said, when you build a themed box, you run the risk of like, we've got these cool items, we've got this item, but we're gonna like put this other stuff to try and build a box off of it, and you kind of lose track of maybe the quality that you're trying to put out. I think they would melt. I think the purpose, I mean, over a rolling fire, I don't think it would be very good, but I've always been taught that, you cook on coals, not on fire. You get a fire going, and while the fire is building and you're feeding the fire, you take that time to do other things. You gather more wood, or you work on your shelter, or you prep your meal that you're about to do, or whatever, and then you pull, you push the fire to one side, and you pull the good coals to the other, and you cook over the coals. If you cook on the coals, your coals is what's going to give you the heat. When you're cooking over an open flame, and you're dealing with flare-ups, and you're adding wood to the fire, that could cause a heat issue. I think if you did it a little bit smarter, it wouldn't melt. I'm not saying that anyone's doing it not smart, but that's how I was always taught. Like, if you cook something, you separate your fire from your coals. You can continue to feed your fire, because you don't want your fire to burn down, especially if you're in a wilderness situation. You don't want to let your fire burn down just to keep your meal from burning. So you basically, if this is your fire in front of you, you take your fire and you kind of push the big burning wood, and then at the same time you kind of pull some of those coals off to the side, and you isolate those coals and you cook on those coals. That's how I've always been taught to do it. He might not have done it. He might have just set the pot right on an open flame, and the flames licked up over the side and melted the pot. Case in point, I literally watched my father-in-law boil water in a pot bottle over a flame, over coals. Remember him doing that? I don't know I think he tried it in a...
Boiled an egg in a styrofoam cup.
He boiled an egg in a styrofoam cup, but I also watched him boil water in a pot bottle over a flame with a stick. So, I mean, there's ways of doing it and doing it right.
Basic.
But, yeah, I also agree with the logo branding. I don't think, like, when you're going to the lengths of getting the packaging, with your, like, if this was an Alpha Outpost, and I'm not bashing them or by any means, but like if this was Alpha Outpost, like this would have Alpha Outpost all over it, and then the item itself would have like a big Alpha Outpost on it. I think maybe if they didn't spend the money to get all the packaging branded and labeled, the money that they could save, they could put into maybe higher quality items or a couple extra items. But I mean, like I said, that's just my opinion. I don't know how it goes curating these boxes, so I can't really speak out of turn. I don't curate these boxes. I don't know the ins and outs of getting these items lined up, but it seems to me like if you spend, if you make 100% profit, and you're going to spend money to curate your next month's profit, if you spend even 30% of that to just on branding and putting your logos on everything, that 30% is being taken away from building your next box. Like I said, that's just my opinion. Nobody cares about your opinion. That's my positive wife. She's a real team player. And by that, I usually mean the other team. But, I don't know, guys. I guess there's only a few of you. You guys have any other questions before we wrap this up. My favorite handgun caliber, I'm a big gun guy, so 45. I carry my Judge every day, or I have it when I go out every day, and that shoots a 45 long Colt. You know what? Give me 1 second, and I'll, in case you're unfamiliar with the long Colt versus the LCP.
Belly shot.
I don't care if it's belly shot or not. Don't act like it. I know they like my belly. Oh, this chair's in the way.
Maybe a good shot of your butt cheek too.
Hopefully.
Come on.
No, Darren, you didn't really. Did you hit the bell? You didn't really miss much of anything. I can go back over it real quick.
No.
You zip your lips. So, this is a 9mm. This is a 45 long Colt, or 45 LCP.
Look at that, we're going elevator.
So there's those two together.
Right, you'll fall in that elevator. No!
You're not going to go see Paw Patrol Live. You're going to be gone.
And that's the long Colt. So that's why I prefer my Judge. Plus I can put 410 slug, buckshot, triple aught buck. I currently use the way I have it set up is I have 2 birdshot, and those are supposed to be, those are the warning. Those are like, if I have to use it, I don't necessarily want to deal with killing somebody, but it'll still frickin' hurt. And then I have after that the Hornady self-defense, which is like a disc, and then a triple aught buck, and a disc, a triple aught buck, and I think another disc. That's a little bit more of a, like if I have to get to that point, like you should be slowing down, and I have 2 of those, and then I have a long Colt as my last round.
You like elevator,
And that's
Daddy.
like the big punch. Like I said, I don't ever plan on
You like elevator,
using it, but
Daddy.
if I ever have to, I don't want to have to go through and, like my 9mm, I can fit 17 rounds in that. In an adrenaline rush, the 17 rounds, you can burn through a 17 round clip fast. I don't want to have to deal with somebody else getting hurt, that type of stuff. Plus, in a home defense situation, birdshot has a lot less penetration. So if I had to discharge my firearm in my house in a home defense situation, I don't have to worry about over penetration to the point where I have to now check on my kids to make sure that I didn't go through a wall and hurt one of my
Okay,
children.
Daddy. You like
That was another
elevators,
reason I
Daddy.
bought that gun, is because if I had to use it, the birdshot through 2x4s and
You
around
like
a wall.
elevators, Daddy.
Yep, sit down. Who's that?
Daddy, make that.
Daddy and who?
Find me over, Daddy. Can I get up here?
I haven't seen that one, Darren. I'll have to check into that. And since you just checked in here, the whole thing was I had talked about the NUC that TAC Pack sent out in December, and I had sent them out. And like I said, one of the reasons why I stick with TAC Pack is their customer service has always been phenomenal. Anytime I've ever sent them an email, they've always been like, hey, how can we make it up to you? And I said, well, I really like that Mission First Tactical Light we just got. So they sent me that. I got a Pitbull Tactical Mag Carrier, a Pelican Series EDC waterproof case, phone case type deal, sticker, and Gangbangers Anonymous morale badge. Let's see here. Kathy, it's coming along. Still itches every once in a while. It's hard to sleep because it gets uncomfortable on my knee because the way I broke my ankle, I also tore my knee up a little bit. So it's hard to get comfortable in bed. I flip-flop all over the place. Also, Darren, I know that the Smith & Wesson makes one that's similar to the Taurus Judge and Public Defender. I think they call it the Governor. And that shoots the 410, the 45 long Colt, and also a 45 LCP. The grip was a little bit bigger, but it's also like $200 more expensive. I think I got mine for like $400. It was on sale, and I've been wanting one forever, and then it just happened to come on sale, and it's like, I'm going to get it. So I did. Budget Outdoors, what's going on? Got any other questions, guys? Got 5 people watching now or picking up, so that's cool. I think I was about ready to log off. Yep, I agree, Darren. 410, 45 long Colt. I like the shirt too, but it's a little snug. I wore it only because of this video I'm making. Normally when I wear it, I'll wear like a flannel t-shirt over top of it, like a long sleeve, because it's a little form-fitting, and I don't have a flattering form, so it's better than the last one. The last shirt I had on, I was literally going to start this video and realized I had a mustard stain from lunch earlier, and I was like, well, that ain't gonna work. I had to go change my shirt. Yes, Darren, it is time for a drink. Drinking the Shock Top Belgian White. I like Shock Top, Blue Moon, any of the pale ales. I really enjoy that. Or pale Pilsner. Mustard Tiger. No, it didn't have a tiger on it. I'm glad that you're a Trailer Park Boys fan, though. I enjoy that reference. Mustard Tiger. You call me Phil Collins? Hard root beer, huh? Is that, you drinking that Not Your Daddy's?
Not your father.
Not Your Father's. Alrighty. Oh yeah, I got that. I'm a big Trailer Park Boys fan. I wish they put their movies back on Netflix. They took almost all their movies off except for Countdown to Liquor Day, which I like that. But I used to like literally watch one movie after another, and the newest one they had, where Bubbles goes and finds out his parents passed away, like they took that one off completely, and I hadn't really got a chance to watch that all that much. Not Your Grandfather's? So there, you're wrong too. Or is it Grandfather's root beer? Darren, I guess I've had the Not Your Father's. What's the one we got in the fridge now? Mountain Ale, or?
Not Your Father's root beer.
It's Not Your Father's root beer? Alright. I have legitimately, Budget Outdoor, I've legitimately watched that show from the first episode to the last one probably at least 8 times, and I just restarted it the other day. I have never gotten tired of that show. That's why I used to like watching I would go through and I'd watch the movies, and then I'd sprinkle in a few episodes in between the movies, and then I'd go back to the movies, and it's just. I like Red's Apple Ale. What do we got now? It's not Red's, right? No, we have Wicked. We have Wicked Watermelon and Not Your Father's Mountain Ale. It's like a Mountain Dew, high octane Mountain Dew. Also, I had a Not Your Father's Ginger Ale or something like that, ginger beer or something. That was really good. I've had Angry Orchard. Some of the apple stuff gives me heartburn for some reason. Just too acidic, I guess. Sometimes I've had one that I think I must have bought, and it was not very good because it tasted like cider vinegar, like an apple cider vinegar. I think it was kind of skunk. Are you gonna listen to my heart? Yeah, I got a nice shiner coming in again. Your heart.
Put me, Daddy.
Jack and Red Bull. I don't drink Jack anymore because it makes me a mean person. Apparently that's a hereditary issue because pretty much any male on my side of the family will tell you that, oh, I can't drink Jack. That turns me into somebody else. Yeah, guys, go ahead and give that thumbs up. We're up to 6 people now, so people are starting to finally show up. YouTube's been weird. I've gotten, watched videos of guys that I'm subscribed to, and then 2 hours later, I'll get a notification that video is up. Happened to Doc P this morning. He did a skiff knife review, and I watched the video, and 2 hours, 3 hours later, I got the the notification that, Doc P just posted a new video. So YouTube's weird. I should have waited. I should have done it tomorrow so more people could get a chance to do it. But I was also hoping my children would be in bed.
I'm funny.
He likes it when I scramble his face. You want me to scramble your face? Hold on. I got you. Ready? See that? I scramble your face. Scramble your face. Ready? Smoother going down than it is coming up. All right, buddy. Sit down. I don't want you to fall down. Yeah, it's got to be an update issue. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I will get it, buddy. Hold on. I don't want you jumping down on my foot again. Beat you up. Yeah, the minions are half of the entertainment. Wrangling the minions is not fun, though. I've been home all day trying to wrangle these kids with a busted up ankle. And it's and I think that they sit just far enough out of reach that they're like, I know you can't get me. Huh. I just want you to sit down, buddy. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even ever plan on really doing monetization. I know, I'll never be that big anyway. I do this mostly out of entertainment. I like it. It's fun. It's cool to chat with y'all. I know that Demolition Rants posts a video and it's 30 seconds later it's demonetized, so somebody has it out for his channel, which is a bummer because he does some awesome videos. I love Demolition Rants. Probably one of my favorite YouTube videos to watch as far as games go. Of course, I like Video Addict. All his videos are fun to watch. Doc P's is pretty informative. Caribou Country Outdoors, his are pretty good too. I like his videos. We chat back and forth every once in a while. Ouch.
Daddy.
What?
Daddy.
What?
What?
But, yeah, I wish I could do more. I'm chomping at the bit. Been chomping at the bit to get down and work on these knife projects that I want to get done. And I can't get to my garage to do it with this being in a cast. And it's going to be harder than hell try and put something in the forge and pull it out and put it on the anvil and hammer and hold myself up because I really got to make sure I get back to work. So I try to stay off my feet as much as I can. As much as I try to, it's so boring. I cannot. It drives me nuts sitting in this house every day. Yeah, that's the sad part is people have nothing better to do than just try to attack our Second Amendment rights across the board, and
That's right.
demonize everything. It's just, well, Darren, if you're anywhere near Pennsylvania, I might make the trip. Yeah, Carolina, you do a lot of gun stuff, so that's gonna be hard pressed for you, bud. Michigan? I've only been to Michigan a few times, and it's really never been under good circumstance. So, I don't think I'll go back to Michigan again. I can't say I'll never go back, but I actually live only a few hours away from Doc P, and I was chatting with him the other day, and I think we're gonna try and do like a little collaboration. Come fall time, I'm gonna take my AR down and let him put like a Cerakote. They don't do Duracoat, they do Cerakote. Have him do like a Cerakote finish on it. I'm gonna try and plan it for a tack pack because he doesn't get tack packs. So I figure I talked to him about maybe doing a collaboration. I'll bring down a tack pack. He says, yeah, I'll bring one of my boxes. We'll do one here at the shop. We'll do one, the two of us. So I was like, that'd be awesome. And Video Addict would be so damn jealous. It'd be fun. I'd call him out on it too. That'd be a good time. Yeah. Lots of deer and turkey where you're at or where I'm at? Because I got lots of deer and turkey right out my door, right out this window that I'm looking at all the time. Over there. You want some chippies? Here, why don't you get down and I'll put some chippies in the chair. There's some chippies in the chair. Where are you, buddy? Little pieces. Looks like you stepped on a bag earlier, bud. Darren, well, do you have Facebook? I know there's lots in Michigan. Here. You're welcome. I'll look you up after I'm done here. I'll see if I can't. Are we already friends on? No. That's me and Jason James.
Go, Ben.
Are we? I'll look at James's friends. I'm friends with James also. I'll look and see if I can't find you right after I wrap this up. I like connecting with the community. Actually, the reason I got Facebook to begin with was just I wanted to try and separate like my home and my YouTube stuff. As much as I have my kids in my videos, it would be nice to like have a spot where I could like put the community together. You know what I mean? But you should feel me. I'm an awesome friend. Not really. I work all the time. Well, I did work all the time up until I broke my ankle. Now I don't work. The biggest problem I had was you spoiled this for me, bro. I'm yelling at you again because you spoiled this. As soon as I saw that on Tag Packs, I was like, damn it, dude. I hope this isn't a spoiler. I want to build just a 223 pistol for now. I'd like to do a 300 Blackout eventually, but I want to do a 223 pistol because I want to be able to take the suppressor off of the pistol and put it on my my regular AR, my non-pistol AR. Like I said, but eventually a 300 Blackout. That's also on the list. I want to do a different kind of build for that, but yeah, Jason James, you should know better, bro. You wait a couple days before you put spoilers on the page because you know people are going to see that shit. Shame. And this is where if I was good at editing, I would put in the Game of Thrones shame walk. Shame. I would probably maybe go with maybe a 10 or 8-inch barrel. I've done a lot of research on it though. A lot of guys that have these AR pistols actually really start to hate them after a while because the muzzle flash and everything is so close to their face that a lot of these guys, that's like they don't even shoot theirs unless they put their suppressor on it or a better flash hider, because they say after shooting it for so long they really kind of don't like it. So that's been my hesitation to building a pistol so far. Plus I wanted to get that suppressor. I was up in the air on whether or not I was going to get a suppressor or what I was going to do, if I was just going to buy a new gun. I've had a couple different suppressors picked out, and then I was like, I'll just buy a new gun or do whatever. It's like, yeah, exactly. The muzzle fireballs is what gets a lot of guys. They start to not like after a while. I'd like to shoot an AR pistol. I've yet to shoot one. I'd like to get in the Glock. I was just talking to a buddy of mine the other day. He wants to go. Well, we were supposed to go Thursday to buy a new pistol. He wanted to bring me along. Tomorrow he's going to go buy a new concealed carry micro. His is an M&P though. But Glock was the way we were talking Glock for a while. I'd like to get a Glock. That's definitely on the list. There's so much stuff I want, but I don't have time to do. It is what it is, I guess. Alright. You guys got anything else for me? I'm about ready to hop off here. Trying to get these kids in bed. Let me wrap my foot up in a garbage bag and take a shower. I don't know. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, hobble. That's what I'll do. I'll hobble. The other day I took a bath, having my foot way up in the air the whole time, and I don't like baths. It's just you're washing yourself with your own ball tea. It's gross. Alright guys, that's all I got for you. I appreciate everybody stopping out, all 5 of you, 6 of you, however many it is. It's awesome. You guys are always the best. Bubba, what do you say? Joe Vajal. He said it. Darren, I'm going to do that here in just a couple minutes, buddy. Ugh. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Joe Fish out.